Can't mail a haircut. BITS stands for what? Butts in the seats. So the next event that we have, you want to be the person responsible for saying, you know what? I need a van. I need 15 people with me. Let's all go in, $20 on a whatever passenger, and let's make this thing happen. You cannot rely on people to take the initiative. I keep telling you guys, adults are just babies with long legs. I'm telling you, if you really think about it, adults are pretty lazy. People in general want things done for them. They're not natural leaders. They need initiative. All of us need to be pushed just a little what? A little bit, a little harder. You have to understand, even if you are a leader in your own right, most people are what I call imposters. They really are. They walk, talk, think, and act like a duck. But believe it or not, when it comes to putting 15, 20 people in a 16 passenger, they won't take that kind of initiative. So you have to do it early on so we can build the movement out the way it deserves to be built. Everybody got me? Very, very important. So you need to make sure that you understand this rule. Very important in your whole career. Only 10% of your group is responsible for your production. That's in everything. Only 10% of your group is responsible for your production, which means if you have 10 people in your group, how many leaders you got rolling? One. People say, man, my group ain't growing. I'm like, you ain't got but one leader. You got one soldier, bro. You got 10 people in your group and you got one soldier. And 9 times out of 10, that's you. So you sitting around here wondering why your group ain't growing. You forgot the 10% rule. If 100 people in your group, you ain't rolling, you got 10. Everybody else is just on the monthly maintenance of hanging in until their quitting clock run out. So if you got 100 people in your group, you got 10 people rolling, which means, check this out, this is going to scare you a little bit, but this is why this weekend is important. Which means when your group gets to 1,000, you only need to communicate with how many? 100. See, one thing about me, I communicate with my talented 10. People say, Brian, so-and-so in a text messaging blast and so-and-so not. I don't go around collecting your number. I simply put you in my text blast. If you communicate with me, I what? I communicate with you. I don't go around saying, let me make sure I add you in the blast. See, one thing about Brian Beane, I don't babysit. I don't babysit. A leader sticks out and starts to text me, starts asking questions, wants to do the conference call, lets me know when they're available, wants me in the living room. I go, talented 10th. You see what I'm saying? I can tell who the talented 10th are because they call me for 3 ways. They working through the madness. The same thing applies when it's time for you to get people to an event. If you want 10 people, your group got to be what? 100. See? So here's what this means, guys. If you want 100 people at the next game changer in 4 or 5 months, we got to get what? 1,000 people. Now you got a bus coming to game changer. See, what frustrates you guys and the reason your quitting clock starts to tick way before you want it to is because you haven't understood this one rule. Write this down. The only way to get bigger is to get bigger. The only way to get bigger is to get bigger. Y'all keep trying to squeeze big numbers from 4 people. 4 equals 0. 10 equals 1. That means if 10 equals 1, what does 9 equal? 8, 7. You ain't got nothing till you got 10 people, and then you got one leader, and that's you because you developed 10 people. So your quitting clock, you got out today in the morning part, real quick, before we do breakouts and stuff, I'm going to change your perception of what success really is. But here's the thing. Your talented 10th is all you need. This is what people miss. Think about this for a minute. If I have 1,000 people, I got how many leaders? 100. I got 100. So now out of my 100 leaders, I now help them grow their groups to what? 1,000. Now they each got 100. Now I got 1,000 what? Now I got 1,000 leaders because my group 10,000 what? Strong. That's why Justin said yesterday, your goal has to be so big, other people's goals are wrapped up in what? In yours. So if your vision is big, now you need 10 people with a group of 1,000. That's when your money, you got more money than you can spend. You got more money than you can spend. Make sense? Now, here's the scary thing about it. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. In this compensation plan and in the company that we're involved in, strategy 2 is just one of our 3 what? Strategies. So I'm going to hit on strategy 2 a lot today because strategy 1 is up to you and strategy 3 is done with the money you make in 1 and what? 2. So if you think about what I'm saying, to make your first $1 million, strategy 2 just simply pours the gas on it to make it happen faster. It doesn't mean that if you're not good at what I'm talking about today, you can't be financially free. Just be a little better than the next guy and work your way through the quitting clock and you'll make it. Because strategy 2 is just one of our total what? Total 3. It's just a component that allows you to speed up things a lot what? Faster. Make sense? So your vision has to be so big that other individuals can wrap their vision up in yours. Never forget the 10% rule. Because all I need in my book is 10 people. Because I'm going to be straight with you. I've been doing this a long time. Let's say, for example, if 60 people were here yesterday, 6 of you guys coming back in August. That's the reality. See, when you're a leader and you understand that, don't misunderstand this, but listen, I don't expect to see any of you guys in September. Because that's the nature of the beast. Not because I don't believe in you, but I believe in the law of large numbers too. And I believe that on this quitting clock, some of you guys are going to quit at 1, 4, 7, 8, 10. I'm going to break this down. Some of y'all are going to quit in these different intervals. It's just the way it is. So I can't expect you to come back. Everybody got it? I just can't. But in my heart, do I believe that a lot of you guys will be back at the next one? Yes, I do. But I can't get emotionally involved into whether or not you come back. I can't run around talking about what happened to Quinn. I can't check on you. Because here's what I'm going to teach you. Before your people quit, you get another talented 10th out of them. So now they quit, but they left you 10 leaders to spring from. You are up against this clock. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So before you guys quit, y'all know I'm very transparent. I have to assume that you're going to quit because of the nature of the business. Now, I'm not saying you're going to quit. That's how I keep myself going, by assuming that you will. So if you don't, it's a pleasant what? Surprise. But what's the favor I'm going to do for you? Before you quit, I'm going to put 10 people up under you. For me and you. See how that works? So if you just start fading on me, I'm going to keep some income coming in up under your butt so I can have 10 more people that represent you at the next event, and then this quitting clock starts to reverse and them 10 people bring you back. See how that works?